Hey, good evening, Skype Flood Stories. I hope you guys are good. Dit gaan goed saam met julle. Tonight we're gonna just talk about the next event happening in Cape Town in the next couple of weeks. It's the second Africa International Youth Kung Fu Championship. Believe it or not, it's happening in Cape Town. And we've got young people from the Cape Flats that is actually joining us. So we're gonna invite them into the studio. They're also gonna give away tickets just now. So I want you guys to tune in. You guys can potentially win a set of tickets and join them on the day of the competition. It's going to be quite big because many people are coming from other parts of Africa, and it's going to be a competition not to miss. And I don't know if our guys are ready. I actually going to ask them. It's been a month now. I want to hear how training has been. Ek sien Lukman is hier so, and Shinawa and Khomait is here, and MJ is Lee as well. I don't know if these guys are ready for this competition. Daai ouens is like bakstene stukke na so in Africa and so ons gaan maar nou hoor wat wanneer reg is. But guys, come join us and let's be part of this competition and please promote it, please share it. It's something new to, not new, but something we would like our young people to participate in. You all felt very amped on Sunday morning when Drinkers won, right? So this is the similar type of concept where our people can become world champions. Don't wait till it's too late in your life. As oor 60 is, dan kan jy nou al die karate doen, but if you're over 80, you can't do Kung Fu. So I want you guys to join and please share the passion, please share this live, please be part of this amazing initiative. And the nice thing is this, the competition, the money is going to good places, it's going to people that really needs it. So I'm going to invite him quickly into the studio. Welcome, Khomait. Welcome, Lukman, Shinawa, MJ Lee. Welcome to Cape Flats Stories once again.
Hi, thanks for having us, Stan. Always great to chat to you.
Awesome. MJ Lee, is die man reg? Ek wil vir jou vra, jy is so voel, is die man reg vir die competition?
To be honest, the young man sitting here to my right is my son, Saifullah. Okay. Everybody just knows him as Saif. So he's asked if he can be, part of the podcast early on because he has a grade 10 physics assignment that is due by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I told him, you join us early in the podcast and then just excuse yourself afterwards and then get a good grade for the physics assignment.
Okay. And tell me quickly, how do these young people balance it? Because most of them are also studying, so it's now preparing for a competition. And some of them are in a higher grade now. Also, some of them are at tertiary institution. How is this affecting them? Are you coping? Are you teaching them how to balance it? Because that's a very important factor.
Yeah, Stan, because I've experienced this. I was at school, I did my tertiary level education, and I had to balance between education, which is very important, and then martial arts training. But I was also involved in rugby, in cricket, athletics, and then I just needed to find that balancing act. So where you have perhaps important assignments that are due, then the focus must come off the training. And you then exclusively ensure that you can deliver properly at school, in class, for your lecturers, your teachers. And once you have concluded your responsibilities, then you come back to training. Because it doesn't make sense. They are in training and they're spending hours during the week and doing a camp on a Saturday for 3-4 hours, and then they are neglecting their schoolwork. That ultimately defeats the purpose of Kung Fu because it wants to develop a disciplined and responsible individual. So that discipline and responsibility you learn in Kung Fu, you need to carry that through into your life with your family, with your neighbors, at school, at university. So when they do come to me and they tell me, Shifu, I'm not able to be at training because I have responsibilities on campus or at school, then I will say to them, focus on that. Once you've overcome those responsibilities, then I see you back in training.
Awesome. I just want to ask Lukman, I don't know, the guys in Grassy Park say they saw him run down the road chasing a few guys the other day. That's part of his training. I don't know if it's true. Lukman, how are you, my friend? Are you good?
Uncle Stan, I'm great. Thanks for asking. How's life been on your side since our last talk?
Good man. I can't complain. How's things been? How's the start to your year have been? We chatted about 3 weeks ago. How has the last 3 weeks been training and getting into the swing of things?
Well, last we spoke, we were on a break, so I sort of just let my body recovered from the training that we had. And now, recently, training has kicked up again, and I have just been working as hard as possible. I mean, I actually just came from a personal training session now before the podcast even started. And it's just, it's all just sort of a mind preparation thing as well as a physical thing. And I've just been trying my best to sort of balance out between work and training as well.
You are still a student, eh? Or are you working?
Yeah.
Okay. You are
I'm
working.
a student and I'm working part-time over the
Part-time.
weekend.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
a lot. But you know what? You are determined to make a success of obviously of your career in everything. So we'll come back to you. Shinawa, how's things been on your side? What have you been up
Yeah,
to the last few weeks?
yeah, it's been a good experience. Last time we spoke, like Mine said, we were on a break. Training has picked up quite significantly, and it's not going to slow down. It's going to pick up even more in February to the coming tournament.
Mm-mm. And how has things been also with your studies? Are you settling in? Are you ready for this year, for your academic year as well?
Yeah, we're just starting to settle in now. No tests yet for me, so I'm just
Okay.
so that's a bit of a cushion for me at this
Okay.
point. But I have sympathy for my teammates who are in those struggles at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Humaid, your side, how's things been on your side? How are you coping? How's the balancing between school and your sport?
So I actually start university this year for the first time,
Nice.
so I don't really know what to expect. But other than that, we've been training for the past few weeks since our last time that we spoke, like after our break. And it's been okay. It's been hectic, first of all, because we're training even harder now. So because the competition is so like it's so soon. So we've been training hard, but
Yeah.
yeah, that I'm waiting on university to start. That's all I have going on besides the competition.
Okay. And what are you studying this year? What is your major?
So originally I was supposed to do law, or I wanted to do law, but I
Okay.
decided to do a BCom degree, a BCom chain.
Nice. A Kung Fu master with a BCom degree. Wow. Well done. I just want to get back to Sifu quickly. MJ, tell us, what have you guys been up to training? How's the training been going the last 3 weeks? I mean, you guys just came back from a break. How has it been going the last 3 weeks? And you've mentioned there were some hiccups and things. Just explain more to us.
Yeah, I think the last time we were on your podcast, Stan, I must say the few live podcasts you've done with us, it's been very beneficial. I want to thank you at the outset, just in case, we do run out of time. I want to thank you. You are doing amazing work. You've got an amazing platform, and congrats, over 400,000 followers. I mean, that in itself is a form of Kung Fu. You saw there was an opportunity, there was a niche in the market, you applied your mind, and yeah, I mean, the results have spoken for itself, and many companies are now expressing an interest in you actually, marketing and promoting their brand. So it's a tribute to you. And I think
Thank you.
you are helping to share the stories which many a times go by untold. And people will only get to hear of these stories after individuals have passed on. But I think it's important while people are still alive and they're active, that these stories are actually preserved and promoted. And I think that's a tribute to the Cape Flats Stories podcast and your online platform. Really amazing. So since then, we've gotten back into training on the 7th of January. It was a little bit early for some of the athletes because they were still coming back from holiday, but the athletes are in training now throughout the week. The hectic training session is naturally on a Saturday, because those who then miss out during the week, they can be there on a Saturday. So they're literally pushing about 2.5 hours, 3 hours on a Saturday morning, which starts at 8 a.m. We've had a couple of hiccups, 2-3 of the senior athletes, that have picked up a bit of injuries, and as a result, they won't be part of the Africa Youth Championship. But these things happen. I've seen it as a professional that if you do silly things and you're not focused, then these things are going to happen. So fortunately, thanks to God and the Almighty, we do have alternatives and we do have a contingency plan in place. We're going to strengthen the squad with 3 athletes that were under my training some years ago. They're in the Boland area, and we're going to bring them into the squad early in Feb. And I must say, Saif is sitting next to me. We have our captain, Sinawo. We've got Lukman, the vice captain, and Humaid as one of the senior athletes. The first 3 weeks in Feb is going to be hectic. The intensity is going to raise. They know that because I've trained them in the past where we've prepared them for competitions in Hong Kong and in China, even Botswana, when we went there about 2 years ago. So they know the first 3 weeks in Feb, the intensity is going to be something that you're going to need to acclimatize to. And then after that 3 weeks, we will then fall away slightly and then just consolidate. And then hopefully, inshallah, God willing, 3 days before the championship, we'll be ready when Africa arrives.
And tell me quickly, I see you said your son is sitting next to you. I mean,
Yes.
in the gym, you can't be daddy, you have to be Sifu. How is that relationship? I mean, you also need to make sure that he's doing well at the school. But how's that going? The relationship between the two of you, because also you want a professional fighter. You want somebody that you're not pushing him, but you want him to be the best. Any father wants the best for their son. Maybe he can answer us. How's your dad with you in the studio, in the gym? And you can be honest.
In my opinion, it's kind of like 2 different people, because when it comes to training, I'm treated basically like every other student, but like as a senior. So I am definitely pushed along with everybody else. So it's very different compared to just dad at home.
And where did it start for you? I mean, you saw your father becoming champion. Did your father inspire you to do kung fu? Where did this motivation come from?
Yeah, so I started training with everybody else when he started visiting schools back in 2016 after he came back from the Legends of Kung Fu World Championships. But I had always been like watching him like train, and like I always wanted to start, and I felt like then was like the perfect time because I'd have like a lot of other people to train with.
And that is where it started for you when he came back. And MJ, from your side, tell people more about the event happening, because that is what we want. You guys are training. You guys are going to put up a good fight. You guys are going to give your best. I don't know about Lukman. I'm going to call the guys in Grassy Park and ask them how he's doing. But how? Tell us more about how is everything going now? Is everything falling into place with the arrangements? Because obviously you have people coming from different parts of Africa. Just more on the logistics for us, please.
Okay, so the logistics, gives you at times sleepless nights. I told all of my students and athletes after the championship they won't see me for a month because I've been working with a small events team and committee since the end of July last year already. And I think primarily the challenges were with liaising with the African teams coming into South Africa. So where we stand right now, 39 days away from the second Africa Youth Kung Fu Championship, 2nd, 3rd of March, 2024, Fairbairn College Multi-Purpose Hall in Goodwood, in Cape Town. It's a beautiful venue. I'm thankful to the support that we got from the school as well. The principal, Ms. Rushda O'Shea, and the vice principal, Mr. Martin Standish. They've really supported me fantastically. The Gauteng team is confirmed. They will be coming down to Cape Town for the championship. So it's the first time that we will have 2 youth teams from South Africa. My Western Cape team of 40 athletes, and then a team from Gauteng. We never had them at the inaugural tournament last week, so that's a plus. Secondly, a full team from Botswana coming into Cape Town, and the team from Botswana is probably
I think we lost MJ there.
not
I
the
think
same in the finals. So therefore, and rather focus on the task ahead. Don't look at the Botswana team of last year. This is a different challenge altogether. So Botswana is coming with a full team of 28 athletes. And these are athletes from across their country, from Gaborone, from Francistown, as well as Maun, which is literally on the border between Botswana and Zimbabwe. And then we have smaller teams coming from Malawi, from Zimbabwe, from Zambia, and a couple of individual athletes coming from Rwanda, Uganda, as well as Mozambique. So essentially, the scene is set because the youth championship is for ages 11 to about 20. We've got a very small open category, but we're trying to focus mainly on the youth aspect. So our athletes are excited, they're nervous, they're raring to go, and I'm sure the athletes coming from Gauteng and all the African countries are also excited, very nervous, and they can't wait to arrive in the mother city. So it's going to be tremendous over the next couple of weeks, where we will put our foot down flat on the gas and we will really hit intensity levels. And these boys that are on the podcast, they know. They've been under my training for 8 years. I've taken them out of the country on a number of occasions. They've competed at a number of Western Cape schools tournaments that we've hosted. So they know what these intensity levels are like. They are no longer those 10, 11-year-old boys. They're young men. So I speak to them, you know, as they literally on the cusp of becoming semi-professional. So this is not a game. You know, the mindset has shifted. They've become serious. They've become more disciplined, more focused. And I'm sure Sinawo and Lukman will be able to lead the team the way they should. And hence I've given them that responsibility. And then I think the Saturday evening after 5, the 2nd of March, though not directly related to the Africa Championship, but I'm excited also as a professional. We have these international exhibition fights. It's something to really look forward to. We're promoting it effectively as of tomorrow. The poster will be out on social media platforms. And yeah, for me, it will be a wonderful opportunity to compete and fight in South Africa for the very first time. I've represented my country all over the world in the last 25 years. And here will be my first opportunity to compete in my backyard, to compete at home in front of spectators that are largely Cape Townian and South African. So those international exhibition fights, definitely something to look forward to. And I want to urge Cape Townians and South Africans, purchase your tickets at Quicket. You will get the link on our Facebook page, Africa Youth Kung Fu Championship. And I want you to come and support the SA Youth Kung Fu team, led by Sinawo and Lukman, and my son, one of the senior athletes. He's a gold medalist at the World Cup, also gold medalist in Hong Kong. So is Sinawo and Lukman. So these boys have experience. So please bring the gees, bring that support. We have even a cheerleader team of 10 youth that are going to be supporting the team over the weekend. So when Gauteng and Africa arrives, they must know they are competing in the mother city. They are here to compete against the defending champions. And we are not allowing that trophy to leave Cape Town, and is going to be retained because we have an action plan, which I've spoken to the senior athletes about. So we want the venue to be packed. Get your tickets at Quicket and come and see the defending champions take on Africa and Gauteng. And you can also see me compete for the very first time in South Africa. I'm excited and nervous too.
I don't think that trophy is going anywhere, and I also don't think the guys in Johannesburg can fight, to be honest with you. But I'm just joking. MJ, this is the question that I want to ask you. If you guys win, what does it mean for Cape Town? Does it mean that we are the best in Africa in the in Kung Fu? Does it mean that we can compete, that the youngsters will then go to the next level, would be fighting again internationally?
Absolutely. We are actually now in the process of receiving an invitation from Hong Kong in China. They have an international championship that takes place where over 25 countries actually send athletes. Now, my son was part of the 2 teams that we actually took to Hong Kong for this championship in 2018 and 2019. Sinawa was also part of both those squads, and Lukman and Jimmy was also, Humaid was also part of the squad in 2019. So that's a big championship. So we are on the verge of receiving that invitation for the Hong Kong Championship in August. It goes down the first week in August. But to answer your question, Stan, what it would mean if we retain the AYKF Championship, it would mean that my team effectively is the best in Southern Africa, undoubtedly, because we have 2 teams from South Africa. Botswana will be here, Malawi will be here, Zambia will be here, Mozambique will be here, Uganda will have a few athletes, Tanzania and Rwanda. So essentially, Southern Africa is being represented. We've invited other African countries, but because of a number of stumbling blocks and difficulties, they were not able to meet the requirements in terms of paperwork, etc. So essentially, if my team retains the trophy on the night of the 4th of March, essentially, they are the champions of Africa, particularly Southern Africa. And I think that will consolidate the work that I've put in the last 8 years, that these young men are now on the verge of becoming professionals. They're semi-pro as we speak, and I can foresee them actually becoming pro-tier athletes in probably a year from now. So this is definitely then going to be a massive foundation for us to work on, because now they're no longer infants, they're no longer kindergarten and babies, they're no longer primary school, they're now in high school. So they're ready to graduate and go to university. And that's not even Lukman's IT degree and not even Sinawa's mechanical engineering. We're talking Kung Fu here exclusively.
Yes. And when you said now, when my team won, they are the best in Southern Africa. And I could see that smile on Sinawa's face, like that Mr. Miyagi smile. Yes, we're going to be the best. That's just so, I can see you guys are excited. But I just want to hear from Sinawa, as a captain, are you ready to lead? Are you ready to take the team and lead them to victory? Because it's a big chunk of things on your shoulder.
Well, I think from last year's experience, I should be capable of leading the charge this year. But I'm glad this year, like me and Lukman are not just the one is the captain, the other is the co-captain. We're both working together as the captain. And so I'm not just holding that weight on my shoulders alone. I have my brother with me, Lukman. We're working together with the team whenever there's issues in the team. We make sure that we all sort it out together as a team and make sure that we, even if we get to the tournament, we're not going to work individually. We're going to chant each other on. We're going to work together, and each and every one of us is going to feel the presence of each of our teammates and make sure that they're not alone. They're not going to feel alone there, because we're all a team and we're all brothers and sisters.
Lukman, from your side, also you as the co-captain, you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulder. So you and Sinawa are sort of, co-owning or co-piloting this relationship. How's things? How do you feel? Are you ready for this? Are you excited? I mean, for a young man your age, still studying, this is quite a big responsibility. How are you keeping up with this?
Stan, when you say it's a big responsibility, at first I wasn't sure what to make of it when Shifu appointed me as vice captain, and the nerves kicked in. It has kicked in ever since Shifu has appointed me as vice captain for the squad, and right now for the tournament coming up, or the championship coming up in 5 weeks. The nerves are steadily growing, but I am excited. that I can't lie about. I'm extremely excited for the championship. And as Sinao said, we don't individually lead in our own way. We cooperate with each other and we work as a singular captain in a sense. And we both carry the weight as captain and co-captain of the South Africa youth squad on our shoulders.
Awesome. And good luck to you guys. I know you are going to do well. You are going to retain this trophy. And Humaid, from your side, you're also playing a very important part. I believe everybody in the team are playing a part. They're playing their part, and you're playing your part. What do you want to tell the viewers tonight? What can they expect from you when you go on and don't defend yourself?
I think what they can expect from me is an even better fighter than before. So before, an even better fighter than not Hong Kong, than any of our Western Cape tournaments and any of our other tournaments, I'll be an even better fighter. And also, with the help of my Shifu and the two captains, I think I'll be even stronger in terms of my forms and my technique. And I think I will actually, hopefully, reach a podium finish in the championship.
We definitely believe that, and we definitely will be there. We will definitely broadcast. Sifu, just tell the people quickly, you mentioned last week about the prices and where everything will go. And I think you have a good heart as well. This is not only to win the competition, but to give back to those in need. Just tell us more about that.
Absolutely, Stan. Every international championship has to come with a legacy campaign. And I've been fortunate, still in a position. I find myself in my career where I haven't retired yet. I'm still actively training. I still have the desire to represent my country. But about 8 to 10 years ago, I started working with schools in the Western Cape, predominantly our youth from disadvantaged communities that really struggle, So I want to be your voice. I want to be your face. I want to represent you. And I want you to know that I am there for you. Others may overlook you. You're from Bonteheuwel, you're from Langa, you're from Guguletu, you're from Khayelitsha, you're from Bekweni, you're from Worcester, you're from Beaufort West, wherever you may be. People will think nothing of you. Remember, I believe that you are special. And whenever I pad up and I strap up to represent my country, it is done. So that I can be that voice for the voiceless. And I really want to, someone called me some years back, they called me a people's champion. And I stopped the person, I said, the day I actually start representing my community, not just becoming a gold medalist and getting a podium finish, which I've had over the years, but the day where I can actually be the voice and the face for the voiceless and the faceless in our communities, then you call me the people's champion. So the legacy campaign for the second Africa International Youth Kung Fu Championship is simple. I want to support our school from Cedar Primary that is in Bonteheuwel. Many of the kids that are in training there, or even just the learners at the school, they are from Bonteheuwel. We know the socio-economic conditions in the area. I've worked in Bonteheuwel for 8 years now, offering up my time free, not interested in media coverage and exposure, because it's what I want to do. And then many of these learners are either staying in Langa or Nyanga or Guguletu. So it's to support the school, to support their feeding scheme, because the school has to feed more than 300 kids a day that are not able to come to school with lunch. So they feed them a breakfast. So I actually want to support them from that perspective. And then, also for us to raise awareness as South Africans. Why did our country take the bold step to approach the ICJ, and then highlight and accentuate the genocide in Palestine, where Muslims, Christians, and peace-loving Jews are literally being affected in their hundreds of thousands, more than 30,000 deaths. So many children, thousands of children have been killed. So it's awareness around that. And then for us to take up our place as Africans, we can tell our own story. We can do things on our own. We've always been a self-sufficient continent. The most powerful empire, not a long time ago, actually came from the African continent. We had the expertise in Mali. You know, we had the socio-economic political infrastructure. So I believe it's high time as Africans that we start telling our own story, that we start developing our own mirage, meaning something that exists and we don't exist in the shadow of imperialism and colonialism. You know, shed ourselves from that cloak and we can do things on our own. We are not dependent on handouts. We're not dependent as beggars. We don't want you to feed us. We don't want you always to give us loans. And we must always be connected to the IMF and borrowing, etc., etc. No, we want to be self-sufficient because the cradle of civilization has always been the African continent. So I think part of those international exhibition fights, the Saturday after 5 p.m. On the 2nd, that's kind of like why I'm stepping onto the late tide, to raise awareness, you know, around this, to see how far we can actually help see the primary in Bonteheuwel. And that's the reason why I'm saying to Cape Town and South Africa, let's sell out. We can accommodate 400 spectators at the venue, Fairbairn College. So let's sell out. Let's make sure that all tickets at Quicket are all sold out. And you can come out in your numbers to support the SAU team. And also come and check out these exhibition fights. And at the same time, you know, we want to thank the partners to date that have come on board. We have to thank the City of Cape Town. We also have to thank Minister Andrew Murray from Western Cape Government, Department of Cultural Affairs and Sport. They've provided the accommodation for the African athletes that will be coming. And then companies like AML Tactical Security, we need to thank them. We also need to thank Auto Monarch in Strand. We also want to thank Osman stores in Rylands in Gatesville. These are some of the partners that have come on board. So it's our local business with our local government and provincial government. And together, along with Cape Town and South Africa purchasing up all of those tickets, we will show that this is the recipe for success. And then on a media perspective platform, Cape Flag Stories, we have to thank you guys, Stan, for giving us, you know, the platform. Your podcast has a huge reach. People have been inspired by the incredible work that you do. And for me, I think it's a great opportunity for us to actually spread the word and spread the gospel. If I could produce one Sinao, if I could produce one Lukman, if I could produce one Lelona, one Sishle, one Saneze, think of how many hundreds more there are in South Africa that we can produce. Africa has talent. And that's why in Mandarin and Chinese, we will say, Jia Yu Nan Fei. Keep going, South Africa. We are going to lead the way. And Stan, as you said, what did Driekke say? Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Ons het die talent hier in die Kaap en in Suid-Afrika. En ons het die talent op die continent hier in Afrika. En ons moet vir hulle wys as hulle hier kom die 2de en die 3de Maart. Julle kom Kaap toe, julle kom Suid-Afrika toe. Ons sal kung fu lei op hierdie continent.
Wow. And that is inspiring. That's inspiring because you know what? It's people from our community. It's people from our, you know, where we grow up in Grassy Park, you know, and other areas. So I wish you guys all the best. We will be back again. I want people to follow you guys. I have put in this in the comment section the link to your event, so people can just click on it, go into the event, follow the event. Please support Sofu and the students, because this is something big. This is something that we can brag about. We want the bragging rights to. We are the best. You know, we have been showing the world that we are the best in competing, and I'm very much sure we can do the same with our Kung Fu brothers and sisters as well. So thank you so much. We will be back. Definitely be promoting this from next week onwards, full swing. Anything else you want to add that you think that I've missed out, Mzini?
I think, Stan, you've got literally hundreds of thousands of followers and so many viewers. So we actually want to give away 3 tickets to the Africa Youth Kung Fu Championship. We want to give away 3 tickets to 3 of your followers of Cape Flat Stories. What they must do for us is they must go onto Facebook and they must, follow click on the follow button, Facebook page,
Yeah.
Africa Youth Kung Fu Championship, because we've got updates on there running every day now until the 2nd and 3rd of March. So we want to give away those 3 tickets. Just follow our page, and obviously you need to be a follower of Cape Flat Stories. And then Stan, we're going to leave those 3 tickets with you. Please ensure that you give it away to 3 of your followers, but please remind them they must follow the Africa Youth Kung Fu Championship Facebook page, and then I will ensure the tickets get to you. And and Stan, you're one of our special guests at the
Thank you.
championship. And I look forward to us actually speaking again over the next couple of weeks. It would
Yes.
be a great help in ensuring that we can actually deliver the knockout
Yes.
punch. They need to know
Yeah.
what we know.
Hulle moet weet. Guys, I want you guys to like their page, and also what you guys must do once you've liked the page, take me in this comment section. Just click on or just type in Cape Flat Stories, and I will see you guys. And by tomorrow or Saturday, we will then select one of our followers. But you guys need to first like the page. The link is here. You can click on the link, follow them, and then very important, in the comment section, just here in this comment section, just type in Cape Flat Stories, tag me, and I will select a winner, and then we will give you the tickets to you. You guys don't want to miss this. 3 tickets. There will be 3 tickets. So I want to be very honest. I'm very excited, knowing that you guys are going to have that special event also the afternoon you've mentioned with the international guys. I think that's also going to be big. There's also going to be big. It's also going to allow us to see what Kung Fu is really about and how Kung Fu has developed, across the world and also in South Africa. So thank you so much. Do you want to say something, Lukman? Okay. No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I was just resting my arm.
Okay. Gentlemen, thank you so much. MJ, we will be in contact. People, please share this podcast as well, and please buy your tickets. It is crucial for you to support our young men and our young ladies. Thank you so much, gentlemen, and I'll chat with you in the next couple of days again.
All right. Thanks, Stan. Cheers.
Thank you. See you guys. Cheers.
Cheers, Stan.
That was cheers. That was the guys. They are ready to show Africa. They are ready to fight them. They always come back clay. So you guys want to support them. You guys want to, go out in your numbers. We always talk about this. We don't support our own. And when these guys become famous, and only then we want to support them. We don't want to support them when they're when they're climbing the ladder. We want to support them when they're ready there on top. We need to learn to support our people when they're climbing as well as when they reach the top. I mean, that makes it just very special because you've seen the person crawl, you've seen the person starting to walk, you saw the person run. So be part of this, invest in the young people, buy a ticket, be there, shout for them, and also be proud of being South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Safika says here, well done, SA Youth Kung Fu Squad. We behind you all the way. Definitely we behind them all the way. So we will be back in the next couple of days. I'll have them on here again for the month of February. We're going to talk Kung Fu almost every day on this page because ons wil vir hulle wys wat hulle nie weet nie. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Let me just check something here. Oh, look, man said it was his mom. Hello, mom. Karachi Park se mense. Guys, have an awesome evening and God bless and take care of yourself. Cheers.